All right, let's get started. Whew. Dope as J bring you guys another one. Another Cigar Yap session. We're going to keep this one brief because the last one was a bit lengthy. I have a dedicated microphone on this time, so the audio should sound a lot better for you guys. This is one of my recent favorites as of right now. Nice. Let's keep this right here real quick. I want to make a clarification for a lot of people. I've been seeing some comments on the shorts and some of the videos. This right here is sparkling ice, no sugar, contains vitamins and antioxidants. So it's really good for your gut health. I drink this, tea, a lot of water, keep myself hydrated, and help make sure that the bowel health is really good after I'm eating meals. Especially since I've been training a lot recently, getting back into making sure that my physical fitness is good. Some people in the comment section have been saying some funny things, but some people really think that I'm drinking liquor and alcohol during my Cigar Yap sessions, which I don't do. I don't drink liquor, I don't drink alcohol, I don't do drugs, none of that stuff. We're straight edge, like CM Punk. There we go. Take a little sip of that. Put that right there. I just like to have something to drink with me while I'm smoking a cigar. Simple as that. But no liquor, no alcohol, especially since, one, I want to lead a more healthier lifestyle. That's one of the main reasons why I dropped alcohol, on top of the other health concerns that comes with drinking alcohol over an extended period of time. Another thing is for the viewers. Like, I understand that YouTube is accessible to a lot of people of a lot of different ages, particularly younger people. And with something like alcohol, I don't want to be the main person promoting that over this platform, especially when I'm talking about things like video games. But I'm not the person to get into all of that anyway, so. Sunny day, it's bright outside, a little bit of clouds coming by, but overall it's pretty cool outside. Went for my morning walk and get the blood flowing, made some breakfast. So yeah, let me know how the audio quality is as well. We have a couple different topics to talk about today. Some interesting things have been happening. Obviously, I've been streaming Cyberpunk 2077 on my channel. Season 1 of Battlefield 6 is coming up on Tuesday, October 28th, which is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm streaming Battlefield 6 as well, remaining consistent with the streaming schedule and upload schedule. And we're going to keep the videos rolling. We're going to keep the shorts going, as well as the consistent live stream. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. The channel is growing slowly but steadily. Another thing I wanted to talk about is Halo. We're going to talk about some Halo today, because I've been talking about the AAA industry. I've been talking about Pokemon, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. I've been talking about everything, right? But I want to talk about Halo because Halo has a very special place in my childhood, particularly my early teenage years when I transitioned over from the PS2 to 360, played Halo 3, had a blast on that, played Halo Reach. And occasionally I stream Halo MCC. You guys can go on my channel and see me stream Halo MCC while listening to metal music and hip hop and stuff like that. Playing Halo 3 BTB, Big Team Battle, and having a lot of fun and having a blast playing that. So we recently got the announce for Halo campaign Evolved, right? So they're taking Halo 1, they're remaking that game in Unreal Engine 5, and they're going to release on the Xbox, PlayStation 5, and PC. So this is the first time Halo is ever going to come to PlayStation. And when I watched the presentation, which I watched it live last night, right? Because that was the first time I seen the footage outside of the announcement. And it looks kind of rough right now. From a visual standpoint, there's a lot of visual noise that's happening. The image quality doesn't look sharp. And even though they put the disclaimer in the video that it's an early build of the game that they're showing right now, and there's also traversal stuff, which is synonymous with Unreal Engine 5 at this point in time. I don't know, like, one of the things I talked about with a couple of people is that they should take Halo MCC, take the Master Chief Collection, and port that to PlayStation so that the playlist and player population could be active on that, because you have a lot of PlayStation gamers who've never touched Halo. Another thing with the campaign anniversary or campaign Evolved is that it doesn't have a multiplayer. So it doesn't have PvP, it's just PvE co-op campaign, and that's about it. Smooth hitting, love it. Love this. Yeah, so it doesn't have PvP, which is kind of disappointing, right? Like, you're taking, because this isn't the first time Halo 1 has been remade. It was remastered back then on the 360 with a bundle with Halo Reach, right? They did that. And then, so we're getting a remake to a remaster. We're essentially getting The Last of Us treatment with Halo 1, which is pretty hilarious, right? Where, you know, The Last of Us came out on PS3, then they remastered it on PS4, and then we got a remake of the remaster on PS5 for the same game. Minus factions, no factions or anything like that. So we're essentially getting The Last of Us treatment with this game. Somebody's taking off. Let me also check my mic. I don't want this to die in the middle of me recording as well, because that would be pretty tragic. Anyways, when in my previous video, I talked about, well, my previous two videos, right? I talked about the Pokemon franchise, right? And I talked about the broader implications of what's going to happen with the AAA market. Well, Halo is a perfect example of what happens to AAA games when they fail to meet the expectations of the consumers. The quality of the product isn't there, and you completely lose interest of your gamers, and your player base just plummets, right? Halo Infinite launched in a really, really bad state. Same thing with MCC. Now, they were able to fix MCC. They were able to get Halo Infinite to a really, really good spot where all the game modes and everything were there, but at launch, it was bad. It was really bad. It was really bare bones. Halo Infinite, I remember, was going through a lot of development hell. The game got delayed by an entire year. It was supposed to be an Xbox Series X and Series S launch title. They delayed the game by an entire year. That presentation that they showed initially of that game was really, really bad. Really, really bad. And to see the decline of the Halo franchise, a similar thing with Destiny, where you have two IPs from a legendary studio in Bungie. Bungie then handed off Halo to 343 Industries, which is now Halo Studios. And Bungie continued to do their own thing with Destiny, but to see these two IPs by a legendary developer and development studio decline in the way that it did is very, very fascinating to see. And you can extrapolate this to other IPs, or other AAA IPs in the market, right? Like these legendary titles that had so much status, so much popularity within the market, just completely lose the faith of the consumers, lose their player base. And then they're not able to attract the younger generation of players to their game, because that's the biggest thing is your franchise, your IPs have to be able to transcend a generation, transcend generations, and be able to appeal to a wide variety of people. And Halo hasn't been able to do that. They haven't been able to capture the younger audience. Like, I don't know a lot of young people that like Halo. I really don't. The young people, I'm 28, like I'm not old, but the younger generation, right? The people who are younger than me, these kids and these teenagers that are coming up, they're playing Call of Duty, they're playing Fortnite, they're playing 2K, they're playing Battlefield 6. So this, like, Battlefield 6 right now is it's like it was Bad Company 2 for me when I was a young kid coming up playing that game, right? Like, this is their moment. That's what Battlefield 6 is for them, right? These kids, they've never had a Halo 2, a Halo 3, a Halo Reach in their youth to say, hey, like, this is a poppin' title. And Infinite was supposed to be that. MCC was supposed to be that back in 2014, and it failed. And I don't know what they can do to really reinvigorate this franchise. I mean, I guess they're trying to make Campaign Evolved that spark for the younger generation to get into Halo, especially since they're bringing it to PlayStation. But it's going to be very fascinating to see how that game performs at launch, because I'm waiting for reviews. Like I said, that presentation looked rough. The visual quality, the image quality looked very, very noisy. It didn't look sharp. And then you had traversal stutter. That's good. That was good. So yeah, Halo is in a state where it's make or break for them, right? Like, this isn't going to be the game that determines the future of the franchise. It's going to be the following mainline Halo game that comes out. And I hope, for the sake of Halo Studios, from Microsoft, that they're able to turn the ship around with Halo. But with me, my interest really isn't there with the Halo franchise like it used to be back in the day. Like I said, I still play Halo MCC occasionally to play Halo 3 because it's still a very, very solid title. But man, that franchise, it's much in the way like I talked about Star Wars in my previous Cigar Yap session, right? Like how we went from George Lucas and his team being at the helm of Star Wars, and while like there were moments of Star Wars that wasn't great, like the foundation of what it was still there, right? And it still appealed. Like Star Wars still transcended the generation. And when they handed the keys to Disney, there was really, really high expectations for the franchise with the sequel trilogy. And the sequel trilogy just didn't connect with the masses in the way that the original trilogy and even the prequels to an extent connected with the audience. So, and there's been some good projects and some bad projects, but for the most part, like the Disney era of Star Wars hasn't been the greatest. Like I love Andor. I like the first couple seasons of Mandalorian until that fell off a cliff, and a couple other projects here and there. But for the most part, like they've been fumbling Star Wars in a similar way that 343 Industries have been fumbling Halo. The thing about the Star Wars IP is that Star Wars IP is still huge. It's still such a big IP. And it transcends just movies, right? Like they have TV shows, they have video games, they have merchandise. Halo doesn't have that impact. And for as much flack that I've been giving Pokemon over my past couple videos, in that franchise, like they sold 5.8 million copies the first week. And even though that's not as huge as Scarlet and Violet, which sold 10 million copies their first week for that game, right? They only needed to sell 200 copies to break even on the budget of $13 million. So they're still turning a profit, a huge profit off of Legends EA. So I don't think Halo can reach those heights like it used to back in the day, where they had hundreds of thousands of players on Halo 3 and Halo Reach. And those two games, well, particularly Halo 2 and Halo 3, revolutionized online multiplayer competitive gaming. Revolutionized it. And they haven't been able to capitalize that since. And it's crazy because Halo has so much rich lore with the franchise. And I still don't understand how they haven't been able to tap into that lore to make a great story. So we'll see what happens with Halo moving forward. We'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts on the audio quality of this microphone in the comment section. Hopefully it's good, because some people have been making some good suggestions of, hey, you should have a dedicated microphone you should use while recording your Cigar Yap session. So I like to take in the feedback as much as possible. So continue to leave feedback on the videos, which would be great, because we want to enhance the quality for you guys, enhance the product that we're providing. Ooh, now the sun's coming from behind the clouds. Yeah, there's some clouds passing by right now, so great day, great day, great day. I've looked into Digimon, the new Digimon game, and man, the reviews are really, really good for that. I've never really been into the Digimon franchise like that. But I was like, let me look for an alternative to Pokemon. I looked into Digimon, and the reviews look really, really good. So I wish listed that on Steam. Eventually, I'll get that game and play that because it's really, really fun. But like I said, we've been focused on my second playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077. We've been focused on Battlefield 6, which we've been having a blast playing that game. Such a blast, getting the squad on. And then you have Season 1 next week. Oh my God. So make sure you guys tune into the live streams of Battlefield 6, and you guys can also check out the shorts I've been posting on my channel. If you guys have been missing the streams, get some of the highlights up there, and obviously I've been making a couple Battlefield 6 videos here and there. But yeah, Halo is coming to PlayStation. Halo is coming to PlayStation. That's going to be very exciting, in my opinion. Here's why. If they're able to take the Master Chief Collection and put that on PlayStation, that is going to be a lot of games in that collection that the PlayStation Nation will get to experience. You have Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have Reach, and you have Halo 3 ODST. Okay? So that's 6 Halo campaigns you can play. Then you have Firefight, and then you have Halo 1, 2, 3, 4, and Reach multiplayer. Halo MCC right now desperately needs players. And that's why I've sort of reduced the amount of time I've been putting into Halo, because you run into the same players all the time. The same players. Sometimes the lobbies mix up a bit depending on the time of day that you're playing. But like, man, there's some, like, the only people that really play Halo now are like the real hardcore fans, right? And you run into some demons, like some vets. And I've been playing Halo since I was a kid, but man, these guys are like insane. So my motivation behind wanting Halo to come to PlayStation, particularly the Master Chief Collection, is the fact that there's going to be so many noobs. So many people who've never touched Halo. They don't know the maps. They don't know the power weapon spawn locations. They don't know where active camo is. They don't know where overshield is. Man, I'm gonna feast. I'm gonna feast on those guys, man. It's like back in the day when Call of Duty would drop, right? Or whatever new game would drop during Q4. And everybody, like a big percentage of the players will cop the game during Christmas, and the Christmas noobs, man, by the time Christmas came, you were like 5th or 6th prestige. You knew the entire game, you knew the weapons, you knew the maps, and you were just destroying people on Christmas weekend. So much fun. So yeah, I want to do that on Halo MCC. That's my main motivation for wanting MCC to come to PlayStation. Is to reinvigorate the player base and the active player population of that game via PlayStation, much like how Gears of War and Forza did. And then just hop on the game and just crap on a bunch of noobs on Halo 3. And Halo 2. That's one of the things. I like Halo 2 multiplayer a lot too, but it's hard to find games, particularly in Big Team Battle. You cannot find a match of Big Team Battle on MCC anymore. It's sad. It's really sad. Yeah, you can find a match of Halo Reach and Halo 3, which I play a lot of 3, but you can't find one for 2, you can't find one for 4. Sometimes you want to mix it up, so. But I think for the PlayStation Nation, it will also be fun for those guys to make content on the game as well, because much like Gears of War and Forza, it started to pop off on TikTok and stuff like that when those games hit PlayStation. Halo would be a whole nother level of content creation and popularity for those guys. Like, I would love to see a lot of the PlayStation guys who never played Halo to do co-op campaign from the first game all the way up to 4, right? Like going through Reach 4-player co-op, Halo 3, ODST, going through those games, Halo 2. Like, man, those guys will have so much fun. Like, just the sandbox of the campaign and the level design. There's nothing like it. Going through finding the skulls, playing the game on Legendary with your boys. There's very few co-op experiences like that in the market. Like, I remember playing Dying Light with the boys. Dying Light was fun to play. Left 4 Dead was fun to play with the boys. What the co-op experiences? Destiny was a good co-op experience for PvE for a while. That was really good. Just 3-man fire team, go in there, do the campaign, play strikes, raid with the squad. It was really fun. The Division, also another fun co-op experience. But Halo's co-op experience is so unique. It's so different. And it's mainly because of how they design the levels of their game, how your player interacts with the sandbox. Then you have things like Forge, custom games, right? Like the amount of stuff they're going to be able to do on that game, on MCC. That's what they need to do. When Halo campaign and Evolve comes out, right? That Halo 1 remake comes out. We also need an announcement that Halo MCC is coming to PlayStation 5 and PS4. Do not skip PS4 because the game can run on PS4 as well. You want as many players as you can to get on that game. So that's my suggestion. Honestly, that's my suggestion to Microsoft. Take MCC, port it to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Get as many players as you can in that game and have a blast. Drop a big update around that time as well. Like, hey, we have a huge update, content release for Master Chief Collection. Have fun. Let me get this ash off this. There we go. But yeah. Whew. I just love it. I just love when the sun is out. There's no wind. Maybe like a slight breeze around this time in October, but no wind. Just the sun is out. Get that vitamin D. And just enjoy nature. Like I said, I'm out here in the mountains. So a lot of trees, a lot of foliage. You get to see the season change. So everything goes from green to a mix of like yellow, orange, and green. And it's great. Kind of reminds me of like the original art design of Oblivion. Of like how much care and detail and effort that Bethesda put into that game in regards to making sure that the environmental design of the game was up to snuff. That's one of the things that some of these developers are missing, is like great environmental design, the world design, the foliage, tessellation, the rocks, lighting and stuff like that. Some games are missing that. There's a few developers that nail it. They nail the world design. Like when I play Cyberpunk, it feels like you're in a city. When you're in Night City, it feels like a city. Like I lived in New York City for 16 years and I visited different cities along the way as well. And man, they really nailed how it feels to be in a city when you play that game. And the design of that world that they made of Night City and everything surrounding Night City is epic. So epic. I'm surprised. This microphone battery life is really good right now. I probably charged it up a while ago. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I don't have much to really add to this conversation. Let me know what you guys think about Halo coming to PlayStation and a couple other things that's happening in gaming. Like I said, we're streaming my second playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077 on Corporal V. So we're streaming that. I put the timestamps in the description as well of my previous streams that's up on my channel. So it's easier to navigate like what quest I'm doing, and stuff like that, as well as streaming Battlefield 6 and the occasional Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remaster stream as well. Shorts are being uploaded, videos are being uploaded, so the content's rolling out. Other than that, man, just let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on Halo. Let me know your thoughts on anything else that's happening in gaming at this point in time. 2026 is a very, very exciting year for video game releases, so I want everybody to be prepped and ready for that because the bangers that we have now, there's going to be even more. Battlefield 6 Season 1 starts next week. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be streaming that a lot. And this is pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.